As we take our next steps after graduation, let's pause and reflect on where we are and how we got here, the culmination of our college experience. Looking back at the most meaningful moments I've had at Miami, I'm struck by the personal connections that I've made, from pondering the meaning of life with friends until 2 a.m., to knocking on Dr. Saul's office door so many times that I worried he might stop answering me. I learned that people matter. Obviously, we came to Miami to educate ourselves. Incidentally, we also learned to coexist with other people, often people who are unique and very different from ourselves. This human variable is so hard to define, and it's a central aspect to my life. In today's society, it seems that we're content with less meaningful interactions. The hyper-connected world we inhabit, from social media to virtual everything, encourages superficial connections. According to research about how many friends Americans have, we are more alone now than ever. And because death and the passage of time pulls us apart, forming loving ties with the people around us now is imperative. I'd much rather show my friends that I care about them now than wish I had later. I've learned that finding simple meaning in small interactions can make a huge difference. People are human beings, no matter who they are. If we can honestly realize that at every encounter, we might have a lot to be thankful for. Now, as Miami alums, love and honor means fostering the connections we've made while at Miami and making new ones going forward.
We arrived at Miami full of excitement, nerves, and at times, absolute fear of the slightest failure, the unexpected, the unknown. But today, years later, we all leave as confident engineers and computer scientists because of the communities that unite us. When I came to Miami, I knew I wanted to grow in both my passion for engineering and music. I instantly fell in love with the idea of joining an a cappella group, but was terrified of the vulnerability of auditioning for a group of absolute strangers. Just a few days after arriving to Miami as a student, I found myself walking on stage, trembling. I glanced across the room, searching for a reassuring smile, anything to calm my nerves. Suddenly, I locked eyes with an older member of the group who I now call a close friend, and she calmly said, "Show us what you'd do if you weren't afraid." It only takes one stranger to inspire you to face your fears, but the communities that you join, grow, and build support you to overcome them with grace. At Miami, I found myself growing as a student, an engineer, a performer, and a mentor through Troublemakers and the College of Engineering and Computing, because I was able to overcome those initial fears. Stop telling yourself, "I'm not ready, I don't have the skills, I'm not talented enough." Our experiences at Miami have helped to build us up to prove that we are. As you head into your first job, graduate school, or whatever comes next on your path, instead remind yourself. Show them what you'd do if you weren't afraid. And I challenge you to go even one step further. Rise up as that stranger that inspires others to face their fears, and build communities to support those around you through their most terrifying moments.
From the moment we stepped onto campus, each one of us started making connections with people based on limitless small similarities. Whether it was the person with a similar hobby, a residence hall neighbor with the same middle name, or a classmate who happened to know a childhood friend, our new world started to feel smaller and smaller. With the shrinking world came a growing community that we each became a deeper part of and a more significant contributor to. In these communities, I saw us celebrate each other's successes wholeheartedly. All of us grow when we can learn from and take part in the accomplishments of those around us. In my junior year at Miami, I ran for president of Theta Tau, our professional engineering fraternity. I thought this was my opportunity to celebrate some much-deserved success. It became, however, my opportunity to learn an important lesson about humility, because I lost the election to a good friend. And in that moment of discouragement, I decided to put aside my feelings of disappointment and instead celebrate Sophia's success. And while Sophia went on to become an amazing leader of Theta Tau, I learned valuable skills that I've used in other positions ever since. Graduation day is perhaps the best day to celebrate the accomplishments of others. While we're certainly here to relish our own individual hard work, focus, and dedication, we're also here to congratulate and support every classmate with whom we've grown. Now, as we start fresh again in the world beyond college, it is imperative we remember it is never too early to celebrate and support those in the new communities we will join. We don't need a title to pull others up or to share the knowledge we have. I'm thrilled to be a part of the CUC community and to see what all of you will contribute to next.